Those pro-Hamas huge demonstrations which are filling London every weekend. A lot of people ask, what do these people hope to achieve by causing this disruption? Well, I'll tell you, they are rewiring people's brains with the constant publicity. And I'm going to prove it to you by playing you a clip from a video about something else altogether. And it just shows you how somebody's brain has been rewired. I'm Grannyopteryx. So I was watching this video, which is a discussion on a show on Talk TV, hosted by someone called Jake Berry, who is a member of Parliament. And this is about the Scottish hate crime law, which is going to stop people from talking about transgender issues because they could be prosecuted for it. And by the way, stopping them from talking about transgender issues in their own kitchens. Because if their kids report them, they will go on a register for having committed a hate crime. I'm going to make another video about that. But I am just going to play you a little clip here, which shows how people's brains can be rewired, specifically Jake Berry's brain. Now, the discussion here is about how dangerous the law is. So we're talking about transgender issues. Let's be clear, the whole video, which is... let's see, how long is it? It's about 14 minutes long, and the whole thing is about transgender issues, just transgender issues. I can't stress that strongly enough. And you'll see why in a minute, or maybe 2 minutes. Helen Joyce is just talking about the process being the punishment. Even if they don't arrest you, they'll, for hate crime, they will put your name down on a register, and then your prospects for the rest of your life are going to be damaged. Right, so let's hear what Helen Joyce has to say, and then let's hear what Jake Berry says. Now, Jake Berry says he didn't know how far-reaching that law went. He's a British member of Parliament, and he confesses he doesn't know how far this law goes. I know how far it goes. That is a representative of a whole constituency of people. So I find that quite shocking in itself. But that's not the thing that I'm going to talk about. Hang on there. Let's just hear what Helen Joyce has to say.
You know, an absolutely aggravated claim against you with no base. And the first you might know of it is that you're applying for a sensitive job like a care worker or in a school, and you don't get it because there's a non-crime hate incident recorded against you.
Do you know what,
I mean,
Helen,
I really don't think that this law is constitutional.
Helen, I wasn't aware of that. That is terrifying.
Yep.
So someone watching this show in Scotland, we have lots of views in Scotland, could say something that I or any of the panellists have said, and it would create a criminal offence in Scotland.
Right. Did you get that? Let's just go back on that. He finds it terrifying, this transgender hate crime, the whole hate crime thing. Let's just listen to him again.
That is terrifying.
Yep.
So someone watching this show in Scotland, we have lots of views in Scotland, could say something that I or any of the panellists have said, and it would create a criminal offence in Scotland.
He wanted to say any of the panellists, but what he started to say was Palestinians. Did you notice that? Now, we weren't talking about Gaza or Israel. We weren't in the Middle East. Nothing. But that word is so driven into his head that he wanted to say panelist, and he came out with Palestinians instead. That's what those riots in the street, or some people would call them mostly peaceful protests, that's what they're doing. They're driving this word into people's brains. This is a member of parliament. Most members of parliament are quite intelligent, at least the Conservative ones are. I know that because they have to do weekend assessments. They have, questionnaires and examinations and interviews and all the rest of it. They are all quite intelligent people. You may disagree with their politics, but you cannot disagree with their IQ. Now, I'm not so sure about some of the Labour members of Parliament, but that's another matter. He is a Conservative member of Parliament, an intelligent man. First of all, he didn't know what the Hate Crime Act, the extent of the reach of the Hate Crime Act in Scotland. And then, look, let's just have him say that again, just to confirm it.
That is terrifying.
Yep.
So someone watching this show in Scotland, we have lots of views in Scotland, could say something that I or any of the panellists have said, and it would create a criminal offence in Scotland.
And there you have it. This is how we are conditioned. Okay, I'll be talking about the rest of this video in another video. Till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Graniopteryx design or Grambo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.graniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.